Hey, 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 133, and here I am to give voice to your vision. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have been on a call working with a wonderful healer friend of mine who's been supporting me, and I just jumped right in here to be with you guys. So, by popular request, today we're talking about embody your message, powerful presence tip number. I don't remember, but I will sleuth it out and post it here when I post the video to see what number we're on. I think it might be 5 or 6. We're counting down from 10. There's a million levels and layers to powering up your presence, and the powerful presence tips is what we've been focusing on here. I am talking with some amazing colleagues. Hi, Barbara, you're here, yay. Welcome. Love those hearts and likes for those of you who maybe haven't dabbled with the Facebook Live yet. It's a lonely little black circle, so when we get to see our friends who are here and clicks and hearts and likes, you get little thumbs floating across and little hearts floating across. It boosts your spirits. It's very fun and friendly. So I am going to close my eyes for a moment. You are welcome to do the same so that I can organize my thoughts. Take a deep breath and focus on embodying your message. What does that even mean? This is going to be a riff today, you guys. So, there are a ton of systems for us to figure out what to say and how to say it in order to get the results that we want. So I tend to work with coaches, healers, authors, and experts who want to have their message make a big impact in the world, and they want to make a great living doing it. And that is my passion. I love doing that. And I have healed and grown a lot along the way. And my background is in finding and freeing the voice, the physical voice. I have had my own rigorous journey of excavating my voice, and in recent years really honing and learning ways to language what I do and who I serve and how I help, and creating irresistible offers and allowing my marketing to become just a deeper or another level of my teaching and sharing. I have been quoting, I'm not sure who taught it to me first, so I can't credit the appropriate people, but this idea that your marketing, the outreach, the ways that you share what you do and invite people and inspire people to work with you is probably the biggest impact that you'll ever make in the world. More people will see that part of your messaging than you may ever touch one-on-one or live in person or in a group setting, however, whatever your products and services are providing. So excavating our voice, it means to me not just the physical voice, but including the physical voice. That's something that a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs maybe haven't necessarily thought about, whereas those of us who come from the creative sides, we may have a little more experience, especially from a performance background, on the value of the physical voice. But then there's voice in terms of the messaging. What do you have to say? What is your big idea? What is your thing? Who are you here to help and how? And for me, the journey of an entrepreneur is a journey of personal, spiritual development as well. And finding that message, what am I here to do? My purpose, my big why. Some great books out there on that. Read them, they're amazing. Having that why and knowing that kind of big message. What am I here to do? On some deep level, I'm here to unleash the power of the human voice on the planet. Again, the physical voice, but also what is your story? What is your message? What are you here to do? Helping empower you, excavate, clear your presence and persona to share your big gift in the world in the biggest possible way. And that's why I work with speakers and healers and coaches and authors and experts to do that. And a part of doing that is our presence Yeah, because the quote that I have here saying, who you are speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying, from Emerson, I've been quoting for years. And the other quote that I've been quoting for years from Marianne Williamson's book, A Return to Love, in the made famous sometimes by Nelson Mandela speech, as we are liberated from our fears, our presence automatically liberates others. So these powerful presence tips come from a place of wanting to help you connect to, access, activate, and own the power of your presence so that your big gift gets out there in the biggest possible way. And you get to create the life and the business and the impact that you're here to make. Yeah, that's where that whole personal journey of transformation comes in. So embodying your message has several different layers. We'll see how many we get through here. I don't want to ramble on too long. I want to give you high value. But embodying your message is when you are able to drop in to what you know and trust the words to be there, and have the skill and the savvy and the permission from inside of yourself to language, having the words on the tip of your tongue, to share that with ease and freedom in a way that your audience, whoever you happen to be talking to across the coffee table or to a stadium full of 10,000 people or to a cell phone camera making your video, your audience, you know how to connect to them. You know how to drop in and own what you know, your expertise. And there are many layers to being able to drop in and own your expertise. We have to know how to value what we bring. We have to know how to talk about it and share about it. And then we have to know how to share it in a way that actually that lands on our audience, and then also knowing who our audience is at any given moment and how to language things so that it really lands on them is another layer of skill and comfortability, of confidence. So embodying your message means it's in you. You're connected to your breath. Your physiology isn't betraying you. That deer in the headlights moment of, oh my God, what do I say? I can't remember anything. I had all these really great words and clever phrases and they went in a certain order. And yeah, your body, your heart rate can stay maybe a little bit amped. We want that extra energy and adrenaline, but you're not taken out of your own experience. You can be in your body without your mouth drying up and you're sweating and your thoughts flying out of your head. Then your physiology is betraying you. And it's very common. And I love helping people turn their physiology to working on behalf of serving their message rather than being an obstacle to overcome or something they have to try to deal with and get through. And when you embody your message, that means that you can find it in your thoughts and in your mouth and stay connected to your enthusiasm, your authenticity, your vulnerability, while actually sharing it, so that you don't get kind of kicked out of your body by all of the physiology or the mental ideas. The mental body can take us out too, where we think that we have to say it in a certain way, and we had all these clever phrases and words written in this great order, is it landing, kind of projecting into what we think our audience might be thinking or saying or feeling, instead of staying focused. I like to say, stick to your knitting, and using our physical presence as well as the presence of mind and the ownership of our expertise and the value that we bring, and the power of being able to stay in our body and our breath and our message and our value, and then send it through a little round circle that is the camera lens, or to an audience of 2 or 20 or 2,000 or 20,000, is incredible, because when you embody your message, you know where to find it. It's there with you no matter who you're talking to or when you're talking to them or what the situation is, because you've done the internal work of excavating your message and owning it and valuing it, and you've clarified your irresistible offers and your language for the different types of audience you might speak to. And so the words are just there. And then learning how to drop in, like I started talking about, and trust that the words are there and have enough of a structure and flow so that the information flows and lands and is concise and also leads people to where you want them to end up, is an art and a craft that you can continue to practice. But if you're not embodying your message and you're dealing with all of that physiology that takes you away, or you haven't picked and you're hopping all over the pond trying to decide what it is, or you're trying to just do it right or do it in someone else's way, the way you were taught to by this person or that person, instead of having your own way, and really being able to drop in and do what you do, instead of trying to talk to people in a way to get them to get what you do, but really do what you do, is one of the values and the powers of embodying your message. And there's a lot of different craft tools to do that. Some of it is this languaging and understanding marketing language and getting really clear on your niche and who are you talking to at any given time, maybe having a different message for different types of people that you work with. Goes on and on and on and on. And I actually love studying that stuff. I'm always wanting to up-level my own experience around that. Just lost my train of thought there. But no matter, if you know your what you do. For me, I love to help people access and feel and meet their own selves, their own voice, the voice of the healing gift or the message or the big idea that they're here to bring through, and to have their own permission to share it freely, fully, with passion and enthusiasm, and in a way that also allows them to have an amazing lifestyle, an amazing business, to have prosperity and abundance in their lives. So for me, that's a visibility issue around valuing your work and being willing to be paid for it and stepping in and being willing to play big, which is one of our other powerful presence tips coming up. And so the programs that I create and the people that I work with in these lives, this group is here for you to dare to be seen and heard, to find your voice and your message, and have inspiration and tools in order to do that. And then the programs that I create, you know, I have the Make Videos That Sell program, which is about owning your presence on camera and making amazing, compelling videos with your smartphone in just a few minutes each day, anytime you want, wherever you are, because you have that embodied presence and message, right? And when you get an inspiration or an idea, you have a system to drop in and share it, and you have your own permission, and you know how to be present in your body, and you know how to send, yeah? And then working in the Visibility Success Academy, which is a group coaching program where people are working on what are the visibility tools that actually work for them, and actually do get them clients and moving towards results, so that, you know, the more success we have, the more people we can reach, help, heal, and the bigger our transformation we can bring to the world, yeah? And my live event, which is coming up next year, Powerful Presence Live. How do we all have this, we'll have this group experience of being witnessed in the group and finding that rock star presence and experiencing that larger than life confidence. Powerful, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help people experience that, step into that, and really start to live from that place. And we're all here to bring something through. And I believe that it is in our nature to expand. So how are you stepping outside your comfort zone? How are you getting bigger? It's okay if you don't have it all figured out. It's okay if you don't know. Embodying your message has these different layers that we've talked about. The layer of clarity, the layer of confidence, and the layer of craft in terms of languaging and how we do it. Making up C's today. Can I think of another one? Those are pretty good. Clarity, confidence, craft, charisma. Yeah, being able to access your unique enthusiasm and personality and share it with freedom and without apology, without being worried about what other people think of you. Yeah, really powerful stuff. And the results that you can get when you embody your message are that you become every interaction in the world ever. You can turn every word you speak into client attraction, if we want to reduce it to that. So that you're so present to who you are, who you serve, how you help, and the results that they can get, that, you know, when it comes up, your words are there for you, your presence are there, your presence is there for you, and people are drawn to talk to you. Wow, you look different. You know, have you lost weight? What's new? Did you do something? When we are really embodied and we have the words about what we're really here to do, the big stuff, what's the point of it all, what is my purpose, what's my big idea, and we can talk about it and share it without shrinking, without apologizing, without minimizing, and we have, you know, our full enthusiasm and our breath and our voice and our physiology on our side so that we can really share it, people feel it. And that brings prosperity and opportunity and clients and impact our way. Yeah, so that wherever we are, we're showing up, we're attracting that. The right people are going to come to us, and we're going to make a big difference. There's a lot of different ways I play with helping people access that, and there's a lot of different tools. For me, mine come from the Performer's Toolkit, from certain kind of voice work that I've developed over 25 years, from years in personal development and the yogi practice, from my years as a yogi in Manhattan, and sound practices that I've learned there and that I've developed and created on my own, because the sensation and vibration of you is one of your superpowers, and we're so disconnected from it. Yeah. So for another time, the value of embodying your message: freedom, opportunity, confidence, clarity, charisma. Back to those C's. I'll see what I can build on with those. So those are my thoughts on the power of embodying your message. The cost of not embodying your message is usually that physiology, the physical betrayal, the nerves, the stammering, the dry mouth, the shaking knees, sometimes passing out. I've seen it happen. Or playing small, reserving, withholding, just not going to that next level of life experience, success. When we aren't embodying our message and we're stuck in our head, or we're doubting everything, we change tactics all the time, thinking we don't know what we're supposed to be doing. So some of that's part of the process, but it can become a kind of a habit. The cost of embodying your message is ultimately, for me, one of feeling self-doubt. When we don't have our words with us and our confidence and our charisma, we're hiding out a little bit. It's not safe to be freely self-expressed and who we are, and shine our light and own our presence and own our wisdom and our expertise, and say it in a way that invites people to work with us and get paid. It can have huge impact when we don't have that. And the flip side of that is that once you can embody what you're here to do, and the words that are going to allow other people to connect with you and maybe have the transformation that you bring, is a sense of, not only is it all the cash and prizes of a business and successful clients, and but it's the sense of purposefulness and fulfillment and ease. You can walk around doing what you do, being who you are, and keep adding value. You have access to that. You can keep sending that kinetic energy that happens between you and anyone you're talking to, with intent and purposefulness and huge love and heart, because you're not in your own way trying to figure it out and do it right, and you're not withheld from your presence. You're not holding back. So those are my thoughts today on embodying your presence. We have had one beautiful watcher, two beautiful watchers live. It's longer than I planned to go. Thank you for being here. I would love to hear your thoughts on embodying your presence. Have you ever thought of it? Any of the things that we talked about, have you experienced it? Would you like to experience it? Do you think it's even possible for you? Is it something that maybe only those special, confident rock star people get to have? And I would love to support you in unleashing your inner rock star. And we're not all the same one. We're not all AC/DC. I'm more Pat Benatar myself. And owning your presence and your power and your passion and your permission is a free life experience, and you're going to bring so much value to everyone you come in contact with. Love to you. Blessings. Take a risk. Be outside your comfort zone. Like, comment, click, share. Invite your friends to join us here. And I will see you next week. I'm going to be traveling, so I will be hopping in from elsewhere in the world. Tune in to find out where. And I think the timing is great, because I think our next topic, our next powerful presence tip, is about playing big. And I can't wait to share with you in a week. And in the interim, PM me, comment here if I can support you. Speaking up, being heard, valuing your work in the world. All right, guys, love to you. Mwah. See you soon.